What's up, y'all? This is Bree with Dear Future Husband, back again for another week of an amazing show with real people, real talk, real marriages, love, discussion, all the things, right? So I'm here with two people, as you can see. Let me introduce these people to y'all first before we get into it, because I need you to understand the background behind the foolishness that's about to ensue. So, y'all, these are the people, right? These are my law school best friends. These are the people we was in the trenches together out here trying to get this law degree, trying to get this JD, trying to, be who or what we thought we wanted to be at the time, right? Because feelings may have changed since then. We'll get into that later. But we was in the trenches together, y'all. We all went to law school together. We formed a friendship that will forever be, right? And so we are now all practicing lawyers. And so now this cipher, I have brought these people together because we're going to get into how dating as a lawyer, what that looks like, okay? I try to explain this to people all the time, and they have no clue. They have no clue, and they think I'm like being extra about it, and I'm not being extra. So we're going to talk about it. You're going to see what I'm talking about, okay? Hey, guys.
Hey. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, hey. So, I didn't give no names. First of all, this is Christian, and then this is Christina, right? And of course, y'all know me, Bree. So, Christian and Christina, thank you. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
I'm happy to be here. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to have y'all here. So, this cipher was important to me because, like I said, we was in the trenches together. We had an idea of what we thought it was going to be. We actually got out here and figured out other shit.
Yeah.
For real.
And so, and then we tried dating out here with these old bar licenses. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like people that are outside our industry don't really understand what it looks like to date as a lawyer. Good, bad, or indifferent, right? So this cipher was important for me to bring together people who just know me and who also know what it is to be a lawyer on this other side. So guys, is it just me? And it may be, okay? Is it just me, or is it this within our culture, within our community? Is it this perception that like, oh, she's a lawyer, he's a lawyer, and being put on a pedestal? Do y'all have that?
Absolutely. And I think there's this intimidation factor that comes with it. Like for me, guys are hesitant to approach because they're like, oh, she's a lawyer. I don't know what she's got going on. Is she standoffish? Is she stuck up? Whatever the case might be. So they don't even take the initiative to have a conversation to know that that's not how I am.
Yes.
I'm one of the most down-to-earth people that you'll meet. But again, it's that initial perception when you say lawyer, attorney, it's just like, oh, let me take a step back.
Untouchable.
Right.
It's untouchable.
Right. It's like,
I like to
I
be
want some
touched.
love too.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't want to be untouchable.
Touch me.
What about you, because I think it's different for men. Does it make you untouchable, or does it give you an extra added flair on top of already,
I think it could give you an extra added flair. I think it does give an extra added flair because there is a element of prestige to being a lawyer. But I think that the vast majority of it, I think maybe you were alluding to it, the misconceptions, right?
Yes.
Like number one, that you're rich. And
yes.
You know what I mean? It's like, no.
Money bags.
I do pretty well, but no, nowhere near
right.
probably what you think. And it's not nearly as prestigious as it appears to be. The vast majority of my time I spend talking to people who don't understand, who completely misunderstand. And then, there's just so many. It's a stressful job too, and I think a lot of people don't understand that part of it, right? Those are the type of things that I see, and to determine whether or not somebody's really being genuine.
Yes, and really want you for you.
Right.
See, like I think for men, for you to say, Christian, like if you show up and you be like, I'm a lawyer, and the girls be like, oh my God, like they won. You know what I'm saying? For me, my experience is that I say I'm a lawyer, and like you said, dudes run. Or they're scared, or they're intimidated, or now we having a pissing contest not even asked to be in.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, but wait, what are we doing?
Automatically it's that assumption like independent, right? And so independent is such a bad term nowadays, especially when it pertains to Black females. Like, oh, she independent. With that comes an attitude. With that comes this, that, and the third. Like, no, like, get to know me. And I always say, I am not my profession. My profession is what I do.
Yes.
But I'm a person outside of that.
Yes.
And nobody wants to take the time. My experience, guys don't want to take the time to kind of flesh that out.
They don't believe you.
I think that's huge, and especially as a Black male lawyer. I see a lot of my brothers who use their profession to do whatever it is they want to do. Look, I'm doing this because I need to feed myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm Christian. I'm not a lawyer. It's what I do for a living. So whatever it is that I would be doing for a living, if it was something else, it would be the exact same thing. I do this to make sure that I can provide for the people that I care for and I love, and that's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
Right.
But I don't think, to be honest with you, and I've always been like this, and Christian, I know you know. I've always been to where I'm just kind of like, lawyers ain't my jazz. Other lawyers ain't my jazz. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hang out with too many other lawyers. I'm not trying to, just because I have run across other attorneys in our profession. Yeah. They do the most. And they wear it as a badge of honor. Like, that is, once they became the lawyer, that was everything.
That's their identity, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And I always tell people, I'm Bree before I'm a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Now, who you meet depends on how you because I'm always going to be Bree before I be, before I'm an attorney. And then people, they kind of clutch their pearls. They don't know what to do with that.
Because it's unexpected, right?
But, I mean.
They have these preconceived notions in their mind about who you are. And who you are based on what it is you do for a living. Yeah. Which doesn't come with other jobs. Like if you're a fireman, do people do that?
No.
Maybe if you're a truck driver, you may have families around the country or something. But all I'm saying is, the preconceived notions that we have of attorneys don't always work in our favor, in my opinion.
You're right. You're right. So has dating been hard for you because of all these preconceived notions? Like, number one, is it hard to even get the number, get to the first part of just getting somebody to approach and giving you the number or getting a number from you? Do people still do that? Or are they swapping Instagrams at this point? I don't know what everybody's doing.
I haven't a clue.
Me either. I'm not in these dating streets, and I haven't been in the dating streets for a while because I heard that it's a lot of pee in the pool.
It's murky.
Yeah. And so I don't want to participate in it. Yeah, I will say, and I don't know, this is just, it doesn't have anything with being an attorney. From what I hear from my single girlfriends, and my guy friends as well, like we're in a day and age where people are more interested in situationships and entanglements and friends with benefits sort of scenarios, and not so much dating with purpose.
Right.
And so, it becomes hard when you have a plan and when you have a vision for what you want your life to look like from a relationship standpoint. Yeah. And the people that are approaching you are just on something temporary.
Yes.
Like nothing of substance. So that's what I hear. That's kind of been my experience. So I'm just like, I'm good.
And they haven't lied.
Yeah.
But it makes it worse. Like, okay, so I was on date naps. Have y'all been on date naps?
No. No.
So I guess I was desperate enough.
I mean,
I was on the date naps.
No.
I guess I was.
You gotta meet them somewhere.
That's the way that it happens now, right?
Yeah, pretty much. You don't meet them in Kmart anymore.
Yeah.
The Kmart? Kroger? Kmart is not even here. My bad. Kroger. So what I found on date naps, so I used to, because they ask your occupation on there,
right?
So you gotta put your because people want to know that you're employed, and I get that, right?
And I'm not advertising for anybody.
But this is
not me.
Let me tell you what I used to do. I used to say I was like some type of a caseworker. I used to put caseworker.
Okay. So that makes sense.
Because I feel like, we do casework on a higher level.
Yeah,
that's true.
So I used to put caseworker. They would find out that I'm a lawyer eventually. I don't know how. But because then they start asking me questions. Well, what kind of cases do you work? Oh, some legal cases. And I try to pretend like I was like a paralegal or something. But it didn't.
They just gotta Google you, Bree. Get your name and Google you.
I'm Googleable.
Yeah.
And so then there was that. That went out the window. So I started putting a lawyer on there because I was just like, I'm just tired, right? Yeah. And we're just gonna get right to it. They would ask me about their child support cases. In the inbox. We're not even to the phone yet, y'all. And I got child support questions. What do you think about my case?
Free legal services, matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Unless you're dating another lawyer.
And then what? They get free legal case?
They don't ask you because
they know.
What I understand is, if you're gonna date within the legal community, there is some understanding, but it's different. It's different dating lawyer women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in dating lawyer men.
No.
I've never been interested in dating lawyer men.
No.
For me, there has to be a
separation.
Equal opportunity.
Yeah, I don't close the door on anyone based on your.
So Christian, let's talk about that. What is dating? Is it the same? Because what I imagine dating a lawyer that's a male lawyer is that it's going to be a lot of everybody being put on the stand. You know what I'm saying? A lot of objections, a lot of exhibits being introduced. I don't want to do all that.
I think it's like everything else. I think it has its pros and cons. One of the pros is that they understand you, right? They understand some of the things that you're going through. They understand the rigors of the profession, right? Whereas somebody else is not as nearly understanding, right?
Right.
You think because I'm upset or because I'm tired, I've had a long day at work, that it's your fault. No, it's not. This is a stressful job, right? And you're dealing with people's, in whatever capacity, you're dealing with people's lives, right? And that takes an emotional toll on people. And it takes an emotional toll on relationships. I remember when we were in law school, they said if you're dating somebody, you might as well get rid of them. You're the law school widow. You don't remember that?
No, well, I wasn't dating anybody.
Because it's so, right, you don't have time. And the people who were dating somebody at the beginning, usually weren't dating them at the end.
They sure wasn't.
Right? Because of the rigors of it all. And it doesn't end, it just transfers into different areas of it.
It does. Okay, so you're saying so it's not as bad as one would think.
I don't think so.
Dating a lawyer woman.
I don't think so. I mean, no. I think lawyer women are hard-nosed a lot of times, I think that's difficult for most men.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Regardless,
but especially brothers, I think it's difficult, because we want to run stuff. Yeah. And y'all don't make it easy to run stuff.
I mean, we're in a profession where less than 2% of the attorneys are women, like 2.5% of attorneys are women. So you have to have a certain demeanor, you have to have a certain attitude, but then again, you have to know when to turn it off.
Yes,
that's important.
Because nobody wants to be on the stand in bed.
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't tell the brothers that there's some beautiful, wonderful lawyer women out there, though. Try it.
Not try it.
Try it. I'm just saying, seriously, because I do think that because you're intimidated, you think that you can do it. You can
and win a couple arguments.
Yeah, I don't know about that part.
We'll let you.
Gosh, if you win one, they let you.
But I think you're right, Christina. I think you gotta know when to turn it on and off. And that's for any woman, regardless of what profession they're in. Because I feel like just women in general get a bad rap on not being able to pick their battles.
Absolutely.
And I think that's very important in relationships, is learning how to choose your battles, right? What do you think about that, Christian?
For me personally, whether it's a lawyer woman or not, I don't want to do any battle, right? So if we're going to be fighting going on, I just think we should be able to have a discussion about whatever the issue is and work it out. Agree to disagree. Right. I'm old. I'm tired of fighting and arguing and fussing and going back
and that's not
forth.
a thing. That's not a thing. But I do feel like every relationship is going to have disagreements. Yeah. And you, like you said, you should absolutely know how to sit down and discuss the disagreement. And then we could just end on that. We just agree to disagree at this point. And that's okay. Right? But a conversation needs to be had, and communication is really hard on a lot of people.
And then they hold it against you because you're a lawyer too in relationships. Now that's what I find. I'm not on the stand. I never said anything about a stand.
I feel like I'm being cross-examined.
I asked you a question, and because you don't have an answer, I'm in trouble. or because I'm not following that red herring, and because I happen to be an attorney. And you're in trouble now. Have you had people use it against you?
All the time. I stopped talking to dudes for that. I don't like that. I feel like I'm being cross-examined all the time. I said, now, if I was a nurse and I was asking the same questions, would you say that you feel like you're being? I feel like I'm on the stand. I think that's just stupid.
It's a cop-out.
I don't like it, Bree. Like the heart of a relationship is the communication piece. Like, we're lawyers, we're attorneys, so we were trained to communicate in a certain way. And so it's not that we're grilling you. It's not that we're putting you on the stand. We're asking questions. Yeah. That's what we've been trained to do. Yeah. And my grandmother would always say, nothing beats an understanding. So we just got to have communication and figure it out. If you're not willing to talk, then we going to have some problems.
What is we doing? we doing, baby?
And to me, isn't that what intimacy is? Being able to, communicate and understand each other. Seems like to me that's what you should be looking for, right? And if I'm asking you questions, it's because I care.
There you go.
Because when I stop asking,
I don't care.
That's a problem. So that's why I always tell people that I date, listen, before I became an attorney, I was asking 50 million questions. Like, this is just who I am naturally, right? And so, and it may be why I became an attorney, but it's definitely not, I'm not asking these questions because I'm an attorney, right? Now, I will say that the attorney part has allowed me to ask very pointed questions. Like, I'm very specific on what I'm asking, and I want you to answer the question that's being asked. That has.
And if I'm asking you, I probably already know the answer.
So go do something safe. Go do something safe and not lie.
I'm just saying. Probably already know the answer.
Listen,
that part.
That'll make you uncomfortable. I think the defense to that is I'm not on the stand.
I'm not. Which they say. Which is what they say.
Exactly.
Would y'all say so? Christina, what has been? You say you're not dating. What's your turnoff? Like what? Like other than what your homegirls have said, or is it just because of what your homegirls said that makes you just be like, done?
What my homegirls have said, and then also the times that I have opened myself up to dating, my experience has been, again, just wasting time. Like I don't like to waste time. We don't have a lot of time to begin with. So for me, it's like being purposeful, being intentional. And if you're not doing that, why are we even doing this? So a big turnoff for me is, someone that is a guy that's going into something with no intentions. Like with no, like what is the plan?
Purpose.
I'm not trying to when I first meet you, I'm not trying to get married tomorrow or next week or the following week. But like, are you dating intentionally? Are you dating purposefully?
Right. Or is it just something to do?
Because at 40 years old, I can find other things to do.
Here's my thing. And I like that you said that, because my thing is, whatever your vision and your purpose is, let me in on it. And then I can decide whether or not I want to be. And you might be surprised. Yeah. I might be with the foolishness, right? But you got to let me know what it is I'm getting into, right?
Yeah.
And then you're telling me you want a relationship, but then your actions show, right? Yeah. That you just really are just trying to be out here and just have fun.
Right.
Say that. Come into it with that.
Exactly. Give me the option of saying I'm with it or I'm not.
Right. Right. Christian.
I'm not dating unless it's got some purpose. I don't have time to play anymore. And I've had my fair share of fun. Yeah. So my thing is, look, if you're not wife material, or I can't project that on you, then I'm not dating you.
And I like that. And I like that. To. Because you're right. It comes to a certain age where you're tired of the games.
My thing is, I like dimes, and dimes don't play. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, I thought women don't want to play. So if you playing, then I don't have time for you anyway.
There you go.
And I don't have time either for, like, I think we were having this conversation one day about potential. Like, I need you to be potential. Like, I need you to, and that's not
already
to say,
be potential.
I need you to be potential.
At this grown age.
Right. And I'm not saying that, we're still not figuring stuff out, because we are. You know, like, that's a part of life. You're constantly learning and growing. Yeah. But I need us to be beyond, I got potential. One day I'm going to da-da-da. Like,
is that what they're saying?
That's,
I got potential?
I got potential. Like, I'm doing this right now, but, in a couple of months or weeks or whatever, I'm going to be doing. Like, I need you to be potential.
I like that. But listen, don't come to me talking about you're an artist at 42 years old. You just started your
my music. No,
listen, my music.
Not your music.
I just started being an artist at 42. Don't come to me with that.
No,
because at this point, you know what I'm saying? You're out of there.
That's long,
right?
Jobless, right? You ain't got no job.
I have decided that certain men I just don't want to deal with. Certain and how can I say this? They're gonna be pissed anyway. Certain careers I just don't want to deal with.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like, so a lot of people always tell me to do military men. I feel like at this age, a man that's in the military, that's been in the military at this age, 42, I'm 42. So if he's He's damn near finna retire. They usually get in at 20-some. So by now they're about to retire. Most of them are high in rank. And so they should have wives. And if they don't, by now I'm concerned, right? Because most of them are married off at this point, right? So I'm not going to date a military man at this.
Really?
And then the ones that aren't usually have families everywhere.
Everywhere they deploy, huh?
They got somebody.
My God.
Well,
So I'm not going to do a military man. Just me personally, right? So those are things that are just, now you'd have caught me at 20. We have different, right? Okay. Now, I'm on the fence about CDLs. let me tell you why. On the fence about CDLs.
they move too much.
They move
Yeah, they move around
too much,
Yeah.
and they like to do a lot of things on their moves.
Yeah.
Then you got the lot lizards.
Yeah, they
Y'all
have to
heard
too.
about lot lizards?
Yeah.
Christina, you heard about a lot lizard?
What?
You know what a lot lizard is? It's a woman of the night that hangs out at the truck stop to help the truckers
I
with
hate
their
Situations.
yeah, for a small fee.
What's
Yeah. And
Phenomenal.
And you know it can't be
Phenomenal
good if it's called a lot lizard.
a lot lizard?
Right. Right.
Oh, my.
So when you put it to the truck stop, they knock on your door and ask you if you need some help.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, so
Lot
there's
lizard.
Listen.
so CDLs I'm kind of the ones that are starting their rap careers at 42, even the ones that started at 20 and still haven't made it at 42
Yeah.
or above, I'm good on that. Other lawyer men,
Are fantastic.
they are. They're absolutely wonderful. But not all of them have the charisma, personality that you do, Christian.
You know,
That's true.
Not all of them do.
I'm
and
trying
you
to
know.
lead these brothers.
You need to start a group.
Yeah.
Because you are a one of a kind. Not everybody, okay? And so they come off with this air of, this
Proud, aren't they?
godly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I think lawyer men are fantastic. A lot of them are great to work with. As a lawyer woman, I'm saying, maybe my perception is a little skewed.
I think lawyer women are fantastic.
He does.
Fantastic.
Just to put that out there.
I mean,
Amazing.
yes.
Okay.
Listen, seriously.
So those are just but this is because I have been single for a while. Okay, I have been in and out of relationships, unfortunately for me, for a minute, right? And so people are always like, oh well, here's another thing, because I'm a lawyer. You see, on paper, right? They're like, oh, on paper.
Yeah.
So then, what's wrong with you? Well, sir, did you ever think that maybe my picker is off? That's what's wrong with me, is my picker is off. I'm picking the wrong ones. What Christian?
I'm thinking the person that asked that question, the people like you is what's wrong with me.
There you go.
That ask those type of questions, right?
Right.
Yeah. Does something have to be wrong with me?
Right. I can't have like a decision to determine
Exactly.
who I want to be with
Right.
and who I don't want to be with. I get that all the time though. What's wrong with you? How you this old and you ain't never been married?
Yeah.
Right.
I get that too.
That's-
You get that too?
All the time.
They look at you like there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
To me, that's crazy.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous.
Like just because you've decided
There you
not to place yourself in a
There you go.
situation that
I'm
they're not
being choosy.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Whereas you're divorced asking me what's wrong with
Right.
me.
My thing is, if you by yourself, then you've been waiting on me. That's why you
Right.
alone.
That's why you're alone.
There you
Right.
go.
So we as a woman, I feel like just as a woman, period, just out here dating, is already hard. And I think putting a lawyer hat on top of that, for me personally, has not been easy to be out here in the dating streets. And like I said, I get a lot of judgment. It's a lot of judgment, I'm gonna be real with you. As I scale, I'm concerned of am I
can
gonna
see
be
that.
alone? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my dad has told me, you keep this. My dad, now
Keep
bless
doing
his
well.
heart, he was saying, watch out. You can acquire all these things.
It's crazy.
Isn't it crazy?
That's
Because
crazy.
you don't hear this, Christian. Watch out. You can acquire all these things, but just know that a man is gonna come in and look at you and be like, well, where do I fit in? How can I help her? How can I step into her life because she already has A, B, and C?
But is that a man? I mean,
I don't think that's what I'm saying.
You know?
So what am I supposed to do? Like if I want to buy a house, should I be in an apartment
No.
for the rest of my
Buy
life?
two.
There
And the
you
right
go.
man come along. If he doesn't, then forget about it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna dumb myself down for anybody.
For nobody.
And I wouldn't suggest it either. When I see women who are doing well, I'd like to be a part of it. As a matter of fact, I'd be inspired. Like, what can I bring to the table?
Right.
Like, thank you for already being where you are. Now, let's move forward.
And together we can be.
I'm not saying I wouldn't pull a woman out of a ditch, but I'm not gonna go in the ditch and looking for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does make sense.
So I thought it was strange when we were in school when everybody was saying, no, it's hard for women to date. But then I saw all these single professional women, which, did lead me to believe that a lot of men are intimidated or uninterested for whatever reason. But it's just something, I think because of the way I was raised and because of my own mother, that I was in heaven when we were in law school.
Yes, you were.
I was in heaven.
Yes, you were. No, that's what I deal with, Christian. Just a little, taste of what I've been going through, Christina. I mean, you ain't even been out there.
Same, but it's the same, because I think the harsh reality is the more educated we are as Black women, the more successful, the dating pool just shrinks. Like it's already small. Like if you're trying to date, Black, and I'm trying to date a Black man.
Yes.
I love Black men.
Because they sexy, baby.
They are. It's nothing better than a Black man. But again, the more successful you are, the more educated, it's like that pool just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So it becomes very difficult, to find somebody that you're equally yoked, that you're matched with. Because they aren't out there.
That's true. Selfishly, I've enjoyed the smallness of the pool. Just being able to look around. Seriously. I mean, because you're right. It seems like there is a high level of rejection of professional women who have accomplished quite a bit. But I don't know what to say about that.
Me neither. Yeah. Like that's I don't know what to say about it either. But it's just been making things difficult. And I do, unfortunately, I hate to feel like this, but I do have to be cognizant. Like I remember getting extra shit, right? And then I remember being riding down the hallway, talking to my best friend on the phone, being like, I'm gonna be single forever. I keep acquiring shit. I'ma just be single. Nobody's gonna because they was already tripping on what I got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm meeting these dudes and I'm like, okay, so I'm a lawyer. And then it comes out I happen to own my own law firm. Mm-hmm. Then it comes out I happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, now I got an 8-year-old, right? Mm-hmm. And me and her dad don't have no issues. We co-parent very well. And she wants for nothing and not asking you to be a daddy. I'm just saying.
We good.
You know
what? Yeah. Maybe as men we feel like if you don't need anything, then we don't have a space, which doesn't make any sense though.
Because who says I don't need anything?
Right.
There's things that a man can provide me that I can't provide myself.
But I think we're used to providing stuff. And if you got all the stuff, then what purpose do I serve at this point? Right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then we're not looking at the emotional value that we can bring to the table or the support that we can give.
Right. Right.
My thing is, if you're doing well, I'm gonna be your biggest cheerleader because now we're doing well.
There you go.
Does that make sense?
There you
it makes sense to me.
Yeah. And I feel like you can help me do some things that I didn't. You teach me some things, and I can help teach you some things, and together, like, imagine where we can go together. Mm-hmm. But then again, I also feel like marriage is you should absolutely marry for love and marry for a future. But I feel like me personally, I also look at it as a business.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a business to me. I'm looking at what we can do together. What can we accomplish together? Where can we go together? That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm already. Don't tell me how much an hour you make. I'm already computed. I'm like, okay. So then I put this with mine.
Right.
And then together we can do this. Yeah. And then what I'm saying. Yeah. And we can live here and we can accomplish that. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's what marriage is, two becoming one. So, I have something that I bring to the table. Mm-hmm. You have something that you should bring to the table. Mm-hmm. And what we put on the table should, be a lot. That's how I feel. It should be a lot.
It should make both of us better.
Yeah.
In the long run.
Absolutely.
I would think.
Otherwise, do y'all not do that? Am I the only one that computes somebody's salary?
Yeah, I count all your stuff. Not just your salary. I count everything. You hear me? I'm taking inventory.
What's your liabilities? All of that. What do y'all think about prenups? I would listen because I feel like the lawyer world feels one way about prenups and then industry feels another way about prenups. I
just had this discussion with the lawyer.
Tell me. I can't sit like this. I can't.
For me, this is what I express. If I'm gonna give you my life, then I'm all in. I'm not gonna protect my shit. I don't care about it. It's not that important to me. Okay. And I've lost enough stuff and regained it that I don't care. Yeah. If you want me to sign your raggedy piece of paper because you feel like you need protection, then I'd sign it.
That's what I was
gonna ask.
Well, there was a time where I said I wouldn't, but I mean, if that's where you are in life and you feel like you're protecting something, but you're giving me your life. You know what I'm saying? Like you're committing to God, but you want to protect your stuff, then I'm just like, all right, well, protect your stuff. But I'm not interested in protecting no stuff. Okay. I'm interested in being committed, right? I mean, that's what we're supposed to do, right? We're supposed to be committed to one another. But if I'm holding back or I'm hiding, look, I'm not gonna be in any more relationships where there's no transparency. I'm not, and I'm gonna be transparent. And selfishly, it's because I want the freedom of transparency. Does that make sense? Yeah. I want the freedom of transparency. You want to see this phone? Look at it. You want to see this bank account? Look at it. And if you're gonna run off, then get gone.
But I don't think that has anything to do with prenup. At least not.
Well, I'm saying, what are you protecting? What are you protecting? What do you have that I want?
What you coming in with?
Me.
I'll say
no. What the person is protecting what they came in with.
Well, I mean,
we've all done family law.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
At some points in our career, unfortunately,
right?
We've all done family law. So I think we've seen the side of it. You know, when things are great, when things are, excellent, everybody's lovey-dovey. It's no issues. Yeah. If things don't work out between us, you get your stuff, I get my stuff. There ain't gonna be no problems. There ain't gonna be no issues. But the reality is that when the love is gone, then people are coming after your stuff, which you didn't work hard for, which you didn't put your blood, sweat, and tears. The 6 weeks that we went and we, studied for a bar exam, that was us. That was the time we put into it, subsequently the law license. So everything that we've built has been a product of our blood, sweat, and tears. And I'm a firm believer, like if you go into a relationship, a marriage, and it's centered on love and being equally yoked, I mean, a prenup is not going to even come into play. But I think that there has to be some protection because, again, we've seen the side when things go left.
When it goes ugly.
And we're attorneys. We can technically represent ourselves in a divorce and whatnot. I'm not trying to spend a lot of time or resources or money going through the legal system to divorce somebody. Let's go back to this piece of paper. And what this piece of paper says, that's what we're going to do. So I think just from a business standpoint, just from keeping everything just plain and simple, I'm all for prenups.
I am for prenups as well. So at one point I was all for prenups, period. Like there was no wavering, right? And then now I've kind of relaxed the leash on that a little bit, right? But I see both of your points, right? I think initially where I was at was the same thing. We've done family law, right? And y'all know that when they're fighting, it ain't even about it's pettiness. It's just trying to get back at the other person. It's never about the damn coffee table that grandma gave you. Right. Like nobody gives a shit about that coffee table that grandma gave you.
Right. Not me.
Right.
But they paid $30,000 to fight about. Y'all, there was a case in New Braunfels where the couple fought about a pet raccoon. Let me tell you. Not the raccoon. Now let me tell you, the raccoon, baby. The raccoon was a wild raccoon. They took the raccoon in. They spent $30,000 plus in lawyer fees to fight about who got this pet raccoon. The husband ended up getting the pet raccoon. The raccoon bit the husband. The husband cooked it and ate it.
See, that's why I don't practice family law anymore.
It's crazy. It's crazy town.
Oh my God.
But who fights over a pet raccoon? That's what I'm saying. It can't be
crazy people.
Yeah. It's the pettiness that sits in when you decide that you no longer want to be with that person. Yeah. And now they coming after foolishness. And so it's hard to determine what somebody will do and not do when they get mad and when they get put in that position. So I absolutely understand a prenup. And like you said, if it's love and if it's whatever it is and we're loving each other and we're feeling for each other and that's what it is, then why not sign a prenup?
Yeah.
Look. But if I'm gambling, I'm all in.
Because you can always go back and tear it up.
I'm all in. All. Not some. All. We're getting married. Yeah. Now, if we just dating, I sign with it. If we get married, I'm all in. What am I holding back? I'm giving you my life. Right?
And you still give him the life, and you still sharing whatever comes in from whatever the prenup is saying. It's just saying that at divorce.
I guess the other thing is, I've never met another lawyer who had anything that was worth going after. And that's the truth. Yeah. I don't want your Honda or whatever little car you got.
Not the Honda.
I know you got some student loans. Your little tired law firm. We're all struggling.
I
haven't seen, listen, I've seen some people doing well. I haven't seen anybody knocking it out of the park, but they need to hide something. If that's the case, then my thing is hide it.
Or don't get
Hide
married.
it. That's it. Or don't get married. But I don't care what I have. If I'm telling you that I'm going to share this with you, then we're sharing.
Yeah.
Then we're sharing. And if you're going to run off, just make it fast.
No, wait a minute.
I'm just saying, take whatever it is you need to leave and be gone. Hurry up. Hurry your ass up.
And be gone.
And be gone. And be gone.
Yeah.
What do you need? I'll give you $1,000 head start. I don't care at that point. I want you gone. If this is where we've gotten to, then I want you gone. I don't have anything to protect. My emotions are already all over the place. I'm upset because I've lost again, right? And I trusted your funky ass, and now,
Not funky ass.
yeah, I'm not gonna be fighting with you. We fought all the way to the point that you left.
Yeah.
We're not gonna fight after the fact.
Yeah.
Over a few pennies. In Texas, what you get a just and right division? Take your just and right division.
Your Honda.
And get the hell on. We're not gonna fight. We're not gonna fight over kids or anything.
No.
I'm not doing any of that stuff. No.
we're not
For
gonna do
what?
that.
I thought I said I loved you.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm a contract attorney, so coming from my point of view, I get a prenup, but I also get why you wouldn't. So listen, I see, but I don't think either side is wrong. I think you just do whatever it is that you feel is right for your relationship.
Absolutely.
One last question: hyphenated names. How you feel? How we feeling about it?
I want my husband's last name.
Okay. How you feel?
I'm your new daddy.
Wow.
No, I think, professionally speaking, if you have a name that you like, your own businesses, and you have a name that you put out there, then it doesn't matter. And if it's that important to you to keep it, then keep it. It's just my opinion, but I would prefer that everybody in my family have the same last name.
But if it's hyphenated, technically you should have your last
I
name.
don't want it to be technical. I just want it to be regular. This is what it is. I don't want technicalities involved.
I'm gonna have to hyphenate. I'm gonna have to, because I done built the Better Call Law firm, and it's off of my last name. Yeah. Now, if you'd have met me before I built the firm, I'd have loved to just take your name, but because of the timing issue, at this point, we're gonna have to just hyphenate. Because what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna change everything, my business cards, my.
That's why I said professionally. You can change it on your driver's license, right?
I'll do that. I'll change it on wherever I can change it.
And at church, they can know you as sister, whatever.
Wow, not church.
I'm just saying.
Sister such
If
and such.
it doesn't have anything to do with business, then why are you parading this name around? Why is it so important to you? Is it always business? Is it always business?
But if I'm hyphenated, I feel like I can use either or. And so for my professional, then I can use my name. And then, like you said, for everything else, I don't mind using his name.
Look, it don't
But I
sound
gotta
like
keep both of them.
we coming together as one. We coming together as something else.
Well,
I don't know what
I
it
guess
is.
we ain't getting married.
Well, I thought we had this discussion.
I'm hyphenated.
Listen, I thought we decided in law school that didn't nobody want us by the time we got 60.
Aw. I think you keep moving the
I was
needle.
gonna come
I
over
didn't-
and
I don't
help you
think it
with
was
your
60.
cats. You're gonna be a cat woman with all this money and stuff.
Was it 60?
Yeah, I'll marry and hold your hand. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. You see how he do me, Christina? He get a
You
hundred.
said 60.
I
didn't
don't
you?
think we said 60. I
And if
thought
you
it
said
was
50,
younger.
I got about an hour. So,
Not an hour.
Oh,
yeah.
y'all don't flash.
Lord.
See?
Lord.
Look, that's where the divorces come in, right?
She
You
flashed
show
on
the
TV.
people. You gonna show the people.
Woo.
We're going to edit that out. So, all right, y'all.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Man.
Thank you.
So much
This
for
has
coming
been a
on
joy.
like
Therapy.
It's been a joy.
It is therapy, and it's
Yeah.
and these are conversations I don't get to have with too many people. I don't have too many lawyer friends,
Yeah.
and I don't trust too many lawyer people.
So can I talk to my wife? If she's out there?
Come on, say something to your wife.
Listen,
Oh, my
you don't have to
goodness.
worry about the prenup, right? I'll take out the trash and wash the cars. I don't believe in gender roles. I get along well with others.
Well.
Hey, look. Y'all said she was out there.
Bye.
Watching.
Thank y'all for watching. Bye, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure you're commenting, sharing, and all the jazz, right? So subscribe to Reality TV 1 on YouTube to see more of this foolishness, okay? Thank you. Bye.